Before your alarm even stops ringing, you reach for it, don't you? The glowing screen, and in that single instant, the quiet potential of a new morning is shattered by a flood of yesterday's news, other people's demands, and the endless, anxious scroll. You've given the day to the world before you've even claimed a moment for yourself. But what if I told you there's a sacred window of time, right after you wake up, where you can build an unshakable fortress of peace for your entire day? What if the very first voice you heard wasn't the world's, but your own, speaking words of profound power and calm that could reshape your entire reality? This isn't just about positive thinking. This is a practice rooted in the timeless wisdom of Buddhism, a chance to use the morning not as a frantic routine, but as a sacred doorway. Today, we will explore 4 powerful truths you must tell yourself every single morning to reclaim your peace and your power. Let's begin. 1. I am here. I am alive. This moment is enough. In Buddhist philosophy, the most powerful and transformative truth is often the most simple. The present moment is all you truly have. The past is a collection of ghosts. It cannot be changed. The future is a vapor. It cannot be controlled. But what you do have is this exact breath flowing into your lungs. You have this exact moment. Right here, right now, and within it, lives all the peace you could ever seek. So when you first open your eyes tomorrow morning, resist that powerful, almost magnetic urge to immediately grab your phone. Resist the impulse to start worrying about what you didn't finish yesterday or stressing about the 100 things that might happen today. Instead, try this. Sit up slowly, place your feet gently but firmly on the floor, and for a second, just feel its solidness beneath you. Feel the cool morning air greet your skin. Notice the gentle rhythm of your chest as it rises and falls. Then, perhaps place one hand over your heart and whisper to yourself with honesty, with love, I am here. I am alive. This moment is enough. This statement is not just a collection of words. It is a profound reset button for your soul. It declares, I don't need to be anywhere else right now. It means, whatever yesterday took from me, today offers something entirely new. It means, I don't have to fix my entire life in this instant. I only need to be present for what is right in front of me. So much of our suffering doesn't come from our actual reality. It comes from the mind, a restless time traveler, always trying to flee the present by racing ahead into anxiety or dragging us backward into regret. This simple practice, this small habit of grounding yourself in the now, stops the storm before it begins. It pulls you out of the noise of fear and brings you into the quiet awareness of stillness. You don't have to wait for the perfect morning, the perfect body, or the perfect career to feel grateful. If you are breathing, you are blessed. If your eyes open today, it means your purpose on this earth is not yet finished. You still have time, and that time begins now. Start your day not with worry, but with presence. This one moment, this simple breath, is where all your power begins. This moment is enough, and so are you, too. Nothing outside of me can disturb my peace unless I allow it. One of the most liberating teachings of Buddhism is the understanding that true, unshakable peace does not come from the outside world. It is not a reward for a perfect life. It is an inside job. This means that no matter how chaotic, noisy, or negative the world around you becomes, it cannot touch the sanctuary of calm inside you unless you give it the key. Every morning, remind yourself of this powerful truth. Let it be your armor for the day. Nothing outside of me can disturb my peace unless I allow it. Why is this so critically important? Because the world will always bring you challenges. It's guaranteed. People may disappoint you, traffic will frustrate you, and unexpected problems will arise. But peace is not the absence of these problems. Peace is the ability to maintain your calm within the storm. Imagine someone speaks badly about you, or you get a stressful email from work. The event itself is neutral. It's just an event, but here is the secret. Those things don't inherently cause your suffering. Your reaction to them does. And the moment you realize that you have the power to choose your response, you take your power back from the world. This morning affirmation is like forging a spiritual shield. It prepares your mind to stay centered, no matter what the day brings. Instead of letting small frustrations ruin your entire mood, you can learn to pause. Take a single conscious breath and say silently to yourself, I choose peace over reaction. This doesn't mean you become a passive doormat. It doesn't mean you ignore problems or pretend everything is okay. It means you choose to act from a place of calm clarity, not from blind chaos. You respond from a place of awareness, not from a raw emotional impulse. Buddhism teaches that when you master your inner world, the outer world loses its power over you. So every morning, plant this seed deep in your mind. I am not a victim of my circumstances. I am the guardian of my inner peace. And whenever life tests you, and it will, return to this truth. Peace is already inside you. No one can steal it unless you willingly hand it over. Free, I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment. Every single day, the voice you listen to more than any other is your own. Your inner monologue runs from morning until night. Yet, for so many of us, that inner voice is a harsh judge, a relentless critic who keeps a perfect record of all our mistakes. In Buddhism, self-compassion is not a luxury. It is just as vital as the compassion you show to others. When you begin your morning by declaring, I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment, you are planting a seed of radical self-acceptance that will grow into a more patient, understanding, and resilient mind. Imagine waking up and immediately having your mind replay a highlight reel of yesterday's mistakes, every awkward word, every missed opportunity, every single time you wish you had acted differently. That constant self-criticism puts a heavy weight on your heart and steals your energy before the day has even truly begun. Instead, pause. Take that deep, calming breath. Maybe place a hand on your chest again, feeling the gentle rhythm of life within you, and acknowledge that you are a human being, with all the beautiful imperfections that come with it. Then remind yourself of your intention. I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment. This is not an empty mantra. It is a direct invitation to shift how you relate to your own experiences. When you inevitably slip up during the day, maybe you speak more harshly than you intended. or you miss a deadline, the voice of judgment might tempt you, whispering, "Why can't you do better? How could you be so foolish?" But the path of mindfulness teaches us that every mistake is simply an opportunity to learn, not a reason to feel shame. By choosing to speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend you are trying to comfort, you create the space necessary for growth. You can acknowledge, "Yes, I made an error, but I can learn from this. I am still worthy of love and respect." That simple, gentle shift turns obstacles into lessons and paralyzing fear into curiosity. You can begin by simply noticing when the inner critic starts its monologue. The moment you catch yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," or "I shouldn't feel this way," just notice it. Then, take a breath and deliberately replace it with something kinder. "I am doing my best." Or, "It is okay to feel nervous right now." Over time, this conscious rewiring of your fault patterns will calm the inner critic and build a supportive internal environment. Remember, as the great Buddhist teachers have always emphasized, compassion begins at home, within your own heart. By choosing kindness over judgment each morning, you become better equipped to face life's ups and downs without being dragged under by the weight of your own criticism. 4. Everything I need is already within me. In our modern world, we are conditioned to constantly look outside of ourselves for fulfillment. We chase wealth, status, approval, or fleeting pleasures, believing they will finally make us feel whole. But in Buddhism, one of the most profound realizations is that true, lasting fulfillment comes from the exact opposite direction. It comes from discovering the innate wisdom, boundless compassion, and unshakable resilience that already lie deep inside each of us. When you begin your morning by reminding yourself, "Everything I need is already within me," you set the tone for a day rooted in self-trust, self-reliance, and a deep, quiet inner peace. Imagine waking up and immediately feeling that familiar knot of lack in your stomach, the worry about not having enough money, not being successful enough, not being loved enough. That sense of not enough can become a constant, draining companion if you allow it. But Buddhism teaches that this feeling of emptiness is an illusion, an artifact created by the mind's endless craving and attachment. In truth, you are not hollow or insufficient. Within your own heart and mind, you already possess vast reserves of compassion, creativity, resilience, and clarity. Your only task is to turn your attention inward and recognize them. Let's use a simple analogy. Envision a beautiful, bright lantern that has been covered by a thick layer of dust. The lantern's capacity to shine has always been there. Its light is no weaker just because the dust is temporarily blocking it. Similarly, your inner resources and potential are always present, even if years of self-doubt, external distractions, and comparison have obscured them. When you affirm, "Everything I need is already within me," you are making a commitment to gently wipe away those layers of dust. You are giving yourself permission to trust that, just like that lantern, your true light is already shining brightly beneath the surface. So how can you practically tap into this hidden reservoir when you face a challenge today? Instead of immediately looking outside for an answer, pause for just a moment. Say to yourself, I already have the wisdom to handle this. This doesn't mean you refuse help when it's genuinely needed, but it stops the frantic panic of feeling helpless. It empowers you to draw upon your past experiences, your intuition, and your innate ability to stay calm by realizing that peace, presence, kindness, and strength are not things you acquire, but things you uncover within yourself. You reclaim your power, you become the source. This inner work prepares you for the next, and perhaps most profound, shift in perspective, which involves understanding the very nature of the challenges that life sends our way. This deep realization that you are not empty, but full, not lacking, but whole, is the foundation upon which we build everything else. It allows you to shift from a mindset of getting to one of giving. And this leads us to the final, and perhaps most profound, morning intention. 5. Let me be the cause of peace today. In the heart of Buddhist wisdom, the ultimate goal is not simply to find peace for yourself, but to become a living, breathing embodiment of peace that positively influences everyone and everything you touch. When you wake up and quietly speak this intention into the morning air, let me be the cause of peace today, you are making a sacred commitment. You are deciding that you will not only be a guardian of your own inner calm, but you will also consciously radiate that calm wherever you go. This simple, powerful intention has the ability to transform every single interaction of your day. The smallest glance with a stranger, the most challenging conversation with a loved one, the way you respond to an email, each one becomes a new opportunity to share serenity. Imagine starting your day fully aware that every word you speak, every action you take, and even every thought you hold has the potential either to spread more peace or to sow more tension. Think about it. If you rush your child off to school with a cloud of frantic energy, that anxiety can permeate their entire morning. If you respond to a co-worker's simple question with a sharp tone of impatience, you contribute to a collective cycle of stress. But what if, instead, you chose to move through each moment with deliberate mindfulness? What if you smiled genuinely when greeting the barista, answered questions with a soft and calm tone, and chose a moment of silence over a sharp word you couldn't take back? That is how you become a living cause of peace. To put this into practice, you can follow a few simple steps each morning. After you awaken, sit quietly for just a few breaths. Feel your body settling, noticing the subtle sensations of your own heartbeat and breath. As your mind begins to stir with the day's to-do list, gently remind yourself of your purpose. Let me be the cause of peace. Visualize your heart as a gentle lantern, one whose soft, warm light can illuminate the world around you. Even if your day ahead involves traffic jams, demanding deadlines, or stressful conversations, envision this inner light acting as a buffer, softening friction and inspiring a calm energy wherever it touches. Next, cultivate a moment of gratitude. Think of 3 simple things you appreciate. Perhaps it's the warmth of your bed, the clean taste of fresh water, or the sound of birds outside your window. Recognizing these small blessings deepens your own sense of peace and reminds you that life's fundamental textures, breath, warmth, sunlight, are already harmonious. This harmony isn't meant to be contained. It naturally expands outward. From that point on, any person you meet can absorb a fraction of this calm. Throughout your day, you can practice what Buddhists call loving kindness, or metta. When you encounter someone, whether it's a person you know or a complete stranger, pause for just a brief, internal moment as you pass them by or make eye contact. Silently offer them a simple wish. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be at peace. These are not empty words. Each time you do this, you connect with the shared humanity in both yourself and the other person, reminding yourself that everyone, just like you, longs for safety and happiness. This simple internal practice gradually trains your mind to see each person through a lens of compassion rather than judgment. And when you find yourself becoming irritated, and you will, remember your morning intention. Ask yourself, how can I respond calmly here, instead of reacting with tension? Sometimes, the answer is as simple as taking one full, conscious breath, bringing it all home, a lifelong practice. As you close your eyes each night, ready for sleep, take a quiet moment to revisit these 5 truths you've carried with you throughout your day. I am here. I am alive. This moment is enough. Nothing outside of me can disturb my peace unless I allow it. I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment. Everything I need is already within me. Let me be the cause of peace today. These are not just phrases to be said in the morning. They are milestones on the path of awakening to your own heart. Every time you leaned into presence, you reminded yourself that the greatest gift of life is this very breath. Each moment you chose inner calm over outer chaos. You shifted from being controlled by circumstances to being guided by mindfulness. By practicing self-compassion, you created a kinder, safer space within your own mind. By recognizing the abundance already within you, you loosened the grip of craving. And finally, by choosing to radiate peace, you became a living example of compassion, sending grace outward in subtle but powerful ways. Remember, Buddhism teaches that transformation unfolds slowly, like the gradual, patient bloom of a lotus flower from the murky depths. You will not perfect these practices in one day. You will not wake up tomorrow completely peaceful, eternally kind, and perfectly centered. But each time you return to these morning affirmations, you are gently clearing away some of the mental clutter that holds you back. Each repetition builds a new neural pathway in your brain, presence over distraction, peace over reaction, kindness over judgment, trust over doubt, and compassionate action over indifference. So, when you notice your mind drifting or old habits sneaking back in, the impatience in traffic, the self-doubt at work, the tension during a difficult conversation, simply pause. Close your eyes if you can, place a hand on your chest and just breathe, and gently remind yourself of one of these 5 truths. Every return to awareness resets your inner compass. Over time, you'll realize these morning words have become living intentions, the quiet foundation for every choice you make. Your mind, no longer a prison of fear or craving, becomes what it was always meant to be, an instrument of compassion, a source of calm, and a place where wisdom naturally arises. So tomorrow morning, before the world demands your attention, I invite you to revisit these truths and begin your day with purpose. This journey of mindfulness is a continuous, beautiful process, one that we can walk together. If this practice resonated with you and you'd like to continue exploring the path of inner peace and wisdom, please subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. We have so much more to discover together. Thank you for sharing your time and your presence today. Be well.